Hi, welcome to What's in the Glass, episode 5. And what's in the glass today is
Port.
port.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm Ryan, Tanya, and let's start it off.
Yeah, absolutely. So fundamentals, port comes from Portugal. So if it says port that it's not from Portugal, is it really a port? I guess.
I don't know. No, I don't think it's.
I guess it's not.
It's
it should
not.
be a demarcated thing, right?
Yes, it always
Yeah.
has to have like the little paper thing
Right.
right over the
there.
top. Listen, that is from Portugal.
It's from
and,
Portugal, and the it comes from like the Douro River, and so this is a very long river that flows from east to west. So it's one of the few rivers that does that, and it kind of snakes a bit, and so the snaking of the river gives it a lot of different like exposures. The area is very hilly, and so it's kind of a beautiful place to go and see. There's a lot of like terraces which have been built with stone, and some of them are about, I think, maybe 500 to 1,000 years old.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest demarcated areas of the world. So I guess back in the 1500s or 1600s, they decided that they would like to create this style of wine and have it protected. So
Very cool.
that's how we get port.
Yep. And port's usually broken down into 3 categories.
Yeah.
You have LBVs, late bottle vintage, rubies, and tawnies. And today we're gonna kind of discuss tawny.
Yeah.
Which is, I'd say, the highest tier of the 3.
Yeah, or you can
Or
get
s-
vintage port, and so that's kind of a different animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I personally love tawny port.
yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Usually at the end of a meal,
I would
nice
think
way
so.
to kind of decompress.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start
Yeah,
at the top.
let's do it. So the first one we have here is from Croft, and these guys claim to be the oldest port house in Portugal. I feel like I'm repeating myself with the words.
So.
Anyhow, and so they would like to be innovative. So even though they're really old and established, they wanted to change something up a little bit, and so they created a reserve line, which is doesn't have any age statement, so it's about 7 years old. The other thing I'd like to say about tawny is that it is like aged for a little longer, and that's what it gives it a nutty quality.
Mhm.
Whereas like when you get a ruby, you're a lot more like fruit forward, and so I find the tawnies are a little bit more complex too.
Yeah, these have a little bit more different, a few different layers to them compared to rubies, which are not all one note, but they have their style. These are a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know, they're a little bit more elegant, I would
I'd say
say.
elegant's the word I would
Yeah.
use. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Let's get
let's
into
go
it.
for it.
Let's try Croft.
See what we think. Yeah. So on the nose, you're getting some red fruits and things.
You always have that slightly oxidized kind of nose to it.
You do.
Because of the aging process, but it's really nice, really bright.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the fruit is still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely a lot of red notes. I would say this almost borders on a ruby in the fact
it's
that it
almost
hasn't.
like a middle ground between the two.
I think
Kind of
so.
meets. Where
Yeah.
if you like rubies and you like tawnies, this is kind of that nice kind of
Halfway
central
point.
line. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's got a broad appeal as well. So the next one we have is from Ramos Pinto.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
All right, almost Pinto.
And this is so different.
God, different world. So this is a 20 year,
Wow. Yeah.
right? So 20 year Ramos Pinto.
Yeah. So this one has so many more nutty characteristics to it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more almost saline, and I don't know. You can definitely smell the oxidation here.
Yeah. Oh, but that's 2 different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
The velvety nature, like style of it.
Oh,
Smooth
wow.
across. Where this had that fruit forward, this
This is
Kinda
really
does it, but-
fantastic.
it settles so well.
It does.
That's awesome.
Yeah. A lot of a lot of port makers want to be judged on their 20 year. So I thought it was important for us to try out Ramos Pinto 20. It was one of the ones that I had in my possession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Not bad.
Last but not least,
Yeah.
Taylor Flaggett, I feel like is, at least in what I've been exposed to in port, Taylor Flaggett's kind of like the benchmark.
I would say.
They run the gambit, 10, 20, 30, all the way up to
I feel like they have 50-year-old port.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so Taylor's one of those names that, you know, is synonymous with port. This is their 3rd year.
Mhm.
So where that was aged, I mean, I've never had this, so this is very exciting.
Really exciting. You don't see a lot of 30-year-old ports out there because it does really cost a lot more. It's actually about triple the price.
Wow.
And
Even look at the colors.
compared.
Though.
I know,
From
right?
7
It's like a world of difference.
to 10, or 20 rather. I
Yeah,
apologize.
20. Yeah.
And then that amber golden just.
Yeah. It's really, really pretty.
Man.
Oh, you're getting a lot more oxidization here too. And the toffee notes are definitely there, but you're getting a little bit more.
It's a little more caramel, a little bit like
Yeah.
richer. Wow.
Mm.
You know, I almost expected the oxidization to step up, but really it doesn't. It's more the
Oh my God.
the velvet nature of like as it goes. Where this has like almost acidity to it and balance. This kind of settles that down, gives it a little richness, and this is just smooth.
It's so good. And that finish is so long.
Yeah,
I
and it's
feel
still,
like-
I still have it.
I do too. I feel like as you're tasting it, there's just all these different flavors that just come right after the other. Right now, I'm getting a lot of like dried like peaches and
Yeah.
that sort of flavor
Apricot.
profile. Apricot, like grapes. I mean, not
Yeah.
grapes, rather golden raisins. And yeah. If you wanted to play like opposites, you could pair this really well with Marcona almonds. That's a really classic pairing, I would say.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, they're usually great dessert wines. That,
Mhm.
You know, like panna cotta or creme brulee. You get that
Creme
kind of
brulee would be
richness.
awesome, especially with the 30.
With the 30, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you get that caramelization on the top, and as you break through, and kind of get that.
That sounds
that
really
custard.
good.
Yeah, I know, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna have one back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about. Want to give someone like a gift of something different?
Yeah.
A port is a great gift. I mean, the 20 is fantastic. The 30 is.
It's a
outstanding.
showstopper.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
It's really, really sweet though, so
It's-
it's easy to drink a lot of port, but I can guarantee that you will hate yourself in the morning if you finish an entire bottle.
Oh, it'll catch you.
Yeah, it
It'll
will.
catch you.
Absolutely.
So I guess scores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Let's
all
do
right.
it.
So let's start with the Croft.
Yeah.
So the Reserve Tawny, roughly what would it be in the store?
I would say you're probably around the let's say $20 mark.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 3.3.
Yeah.
3.4. It's good. It's well made. It's kind of hard to go and then come back, but
It is. I mean, it's a great starter port. So
yeah, I think I would prefer the 10 over something like this.
yeah, maybe.
You know, where it doesn't show the full characteristics of Tawny, so I might even go 3, not even 3.3,
Yeah.
because it kind of leaves Tawny. But I think it's a great entry point for what you're having.
It is.
You know,
it is really totally fair. Totally
You know,
fair.
it borders on that ruby style. That's the only reason I would ever not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me. You?
You know what? I agree. I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't know if it's because it just hasn't been aged enough. Maybe it's just too fruit forward for me because I really love that secondary characteristics of the dried fruits that's just way more appealing
Yeah.
to my palate, you
I
know?
agree.
If I want a lot of like bold flavors, I'm gonna go with an Australian Shiraz.
Yeah, fair
You
enough.
know,
Yeah,
so-
that's kind of that. Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of open the door and know what I'm gonna be greeted with, and this
That's
one doesn't do that for
different
me.
level.
So this is a little bit of a surprise. I
Yep.
mean,
That-
it's good.
That's why we do it though.
Yeah,
That's why we're trying these
it's
things.
good.
Ramos
alright,
Pinto.
Ramos.
This is delicious.
It was really,
Really good. I've never had it.
Me either.
So tasting this and the quality, the cut, it's all there.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a solid 4. So this probably would retail for about $35 or $40. So this is definitely a little bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna give it quite a 4. I'm a little on the fence. Maybe a 3.8.
I think 3.8's what
You know, something like that. Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's really good, but is it outstanding? I don't know.
I think that's
I'm
4
really-
up. It's kind of that outstanding, that
Yeah.
thing, what you love, and this is very nice. Like you said, I think 3.8. It's solid.
Mhm.
It's well made. It's well produced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It doesn't have any sort of like tannins at all, and I don't know. There was a part of me that was expecting it because it has a Portuguese last name, And that often indicates that they're made in slightly different styles. Anyway, a port specialist told me once that the houses that have Portuguese last names often end up being a little more rustic in style. So I'm not really sure if that maybe doesn't always carry over or the person was wrong.
I think and kind of revisiting out and after going this and coming back, it doesn't stay with you.
It does.
It's kind of flat note and it starts to dissipate. It
Yeah.
doesn't linger as long. But again, wonderful, but just you want that staying power.
Yeah.
So.
It's hard to go up against the third.
Very hard. I mean, you're going 3 different levels. I mean,
Yeah.
so let's get right into it. 10 to 30.
4 or 5.
Yeah. I was like 4, 5, 4, 6. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
delicious.
so good. And the other thing that we didn't mention is that you can keep these open for a long time because they've already been oxidized.
They stay.
And this has actually been open for more than a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Would not know.
Yeah, and it is phenomenal. It is complex. You can make a great cocktail with it if you'd like. Otherwise, I
just
think
drink it straight. I wouldn't do it.
just drink it straight. Exactly.
Now, you want to do a cocktail with the Croft?
Go for it.
Awesome idea.
Go for it.
I think you can do some cool stuff with that.
Yeah. This savor.
Yeah, enjoy this as it is.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. If you find a 30, save your pennies.
Yeah.
It's
and
worth
get
it.
Every bit of it's worth
It's
it.
really worth it. Absolutely. All right.
All right, guys.
Well,
thank
thanks.
you so much. Remember, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Take care.
Bye.